Do you remember where you were when 9/11 struck? I remember sitting in my office and our caretaker, who was a good friend of mine, Bob, ran in and said, "Major, turn on the television. Something horrific is happening in New York." We turned it on, and as we looked at it, we began to realize that life was probably changing in ways that we couldn't stop. What do you do when something in your life changes in a way that you can't stop? Well, one of the first places I turn for advice, and I get surprising advice sometimes, is when I turn to Psalm 46. Psalm 46 is a psalm for troubled days. The psalmist talks about the earth giving way, when mountains fall into the heart of the sea, when mountains quake with their surging, nations are in uproar, kingdoms begin falling. What do you do when you have days like that? Now, there are things in my life that come that I should really do something about, and I can do something about. If I break my shoelace, I don't kneel down and pray, say, "Lord, heal this shoelace." I get up with the strength that God gave me, and I take the money that God gave me, and I go and buy a new shoelace. There are times when I need a haircut. Not so often anymore, just look. But if I need a haircut, I don't just pray for my hair to get shorter. I just go and get a haircut. But how about when you have those mountain quaking days? When you have those sea foaming days? When something has come into your life that is bigger than you? Well, then I turn to a God who is bigger than me. And the psalmist says in the heart of this psalm, Psalm 46, verse 10, "Be still." In other words, stop trying to do something about it at this moment. You need to focus and reorient yourself. You need to be still. The word still in this psalm is a great one. It means to faint. Go ahead and faint. But where do you faint? You ever played this game where you stand up and somebody says, "Trust me," and you're to fall back into their arms? Well, I haven't found anybody strong enough that I would trust to do that for me yet. But when you do that, I've watched it so many times, you're building trust. You faint into the arms of those who are going to catch you. And if they do a good job, your faith is increased. Well, the psalmist says here, be still. Stop for a moment. God is still God. Faint into the arms of God. Be still and know that I am God. We always say sometimes, don't just stand there, do something. Well, the psalmist is saying here, there's a time for don't just do something. Stand there. I see this in the story when Moses was running from Pharaoh. The army, the treacherous army behind him. The sea in front of him. The Red Sea was there. And Moses was standing at the front. He could have jumped in and swam for it. He could have got a bucket and tried to bail the thing out. But God said, "Moses, stand still and see the salvation of God." He did, and the sea parted. And Moses led his people through on dry ground. Listen, don't run ahead of God. Stand with him. Walk where he walks, how he walks. And understand that he is God and you are not. What a relief, hey? Be still and know that I am God. God bless you.